Hello guys, welcome back to GQ Auto Diagnostics and Repair channel. This morning I'm working on a 2000 Toyota RV4 4-cylinder automatic front wheel drive, and we're having an issue with the rack and pinion. It's leaking right from the seal, top seal where the shaft and the steering wheel goes attached to it. So we are going to replace the whole unit. Alright, so the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna disconnect the tie rod ends. Okay, you're gonna need to, if your vehicle has it, remove the cutter pin, the split pin, whatever you choose to call it, and we're gonna be doing just that. I'm gonna try to get everything on video. I'm a little bit, having some time issues. I got some stuff that I must do, family matters, so I'm gonna try to shoot as much as I can so I can show you and potentially help somebody in the future. That's how you do it. Boom. The next one here is gonna be 17 millimeter. You can remove it. Okay. Here you have the socket. Gun, you can do it. I'm gonna keep this one there for a second. Okay, so we're gonna break it loose. Now, usually, sometimes you use a hammer there. I'm gonna be using today new set of tools, so that way I don't have to be banging on that. This is the bed, it's not working. So I think it's 13. or 22 millimeter wrench. Woo! There you go. Okay, so that way no more banging. That's the reason we keep the nut there, so that way this doesn't pop and potentially hurt you. Now, the next thing that I want you to do, okay, to make your life easier, you can put this back here. You want to make sure you loosen up this nut before you're doing it. Okay, this is a 3/4 or 19 millimeter. Okay, just break it loose. Okay, that's it. Leave it alone. Next thing, now we can just go ahead and do this. Put this back so we don't have any issues. Next, we're going to make sure this is good by holding it and trying to go up and down. If it does move a lot, really easy, just replace it. Or if you feel like in one area they actually move and kind of gets looser and tights again, just replace it. This feels pretty even all the way around. The boot is in good shape, so I'm not gonna mess with it. I'm just gonna get it I'm gonna reuse it. Okay, great. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so let's take our tools over there. This 17. The other side probably better, like this side. probably can see a lot better. Same thing, we gotta do this. So let's start breaking this loose right here. Oh, of course I didn't rub. Okay, that's loose. Easy. Easy does it. Now I'm gonna remove the cutter pin. With this, I'm just tapping it so I can just slide it back. So I can have a little bit of room. Incorporating. Accumulated here. See? Rust. Break this loose. Again, make sure that it's flush. Now use this. Careful not to damage the boot. So that way nice. No banging. Okay, same thing. Check, look free, the same like the other side. So now, this is what we're gonna do. And that's why usually I don't want to move this before I start. Okay, so let me explain why. When you're going to remove the rack and pinion, okay, and when you have airbag system, number one rule, you're gonna disconnect the battery. Number two, here you want to make sure you get the steering wheel centered. Okay, so that's a quarter. That right there, it should be centered. That's pulling straight forward. So here we're gonna go. That is one. And it should go like a little bit more than a quarter and stop. Perfect. That should be centered again. So we're gonna go one full turn and a little bit more than a quarter. Right there is centered. Now, the reason you want this center all the time when you have an airbag, if you don't pay attention to this step, when you remove the airbag and the steering wheel happen to move, you may damage the clock spring. Okay, let's say I removed the rack and pinion and I didn't secure this, and I'll show how to do that in a second. You're gonna do that. And that's how you secure it. That way I know if it moves, it's gonna move that much, and I know that's my center. Because let's say you pull the rack and pinion and this rotate and you disconnect it. This rotates no longer at the center. So when you put the other one, and if it does, you just go and put it on the center, one the clock spring already turned one position. If you overturn it in whatever direction, it will damage it. So this step is very, very important. Don't forget about it. Okay, great. Now let's continue. Too much of that. Now here, you can see the lines go there, and you can see probably, let me see, I gotta move. Yeah, I can see the bolt there. So now I can disconnect that bolt, no big deal. And I'm gonna disconnect the other bolts just holding the rack and pinion. And lastly, in the last step, I will disconnect those lines. Other way, it's gonna start leaking more, and I'm gonna be underneath, and I'm going to just be fighting the oil all the way. So let me help you, let me show you. All right, that bolt, look, 14 millimeter. That step might be difficult to show on the camera, but I'm sure you guys can get the idea. I can't see it really well from the angle. Oh my goodness, there's mosquitoes. Nope, that's a 12. That is 12. I have a ratchet here, so let's get it. Gotta change the angle a little bit. Don't lose this bolt. Okay, so we're gonna go underneath. I'll fix all that and I will show you in the next part of the video. Alright guys, I'm underneath the vehicle right now, and I'm gonna show you what you guys will need to remove in order to get this rack and pinion removed. Okay, first of all, right there, you're gonna disconnect this power steering hose. Okay, it's a 12 millimeter. That's one. Boom, that's easy. Okay, the other one is going to be right here. Okay, it's I hope you guys can see there, right there. Let's see if I can give you a better angle. Right there where the light is, it is my wrench, is another 12 millimeter hose. Okay, let me see if I can give you a better angle. Okay, it's right there. Okay, that bolt on the top. So the way you do that, you're gonna come through here and you're just gonna break it loose, and you're gonna just pull that. Probably this, so far, this is gonna be the challenging part right there for some of you guys. If you're not very mechanical, you know, do your best, keep your patience, because that's all what it comes down to. Now that it's loose, you can use the length of the bolt, and with the other hand, I'm spinning it right now. Okay, it's a lot easier, so that way I don't have to continue with that wrench. As long as the thread is nice and clean, you can just remove it. All right. Oh, okay, there you go. There it is, 12 millimeter. Let's put it in a place you remember. Now we're gonna remove this one. This is the easy one. Okay. So after that, there are 2 bolts that you must remove. Now let me show you right now. So that way I can focus on this. Right here. Let's see if it. That bolt right there, that's one. That's 17 millimeter. You're gonna have another one right. Let's see if I can get her on camera here. Right there is the other one. Right with the light is. Yep. 17 millimeter. As long as you can do those 2 things, that should be very close to come out. We gotta remove the lines and push the. Well, I will show you in a minute. Let me get back to the video. Here I'm gonna use the bolts. I'm gonna use a socket, an extension, and a ratchet to do that. On this one, on the passenger side underneath, there's a lot more stuff going on. You can see the exhaust is on the way. I'm gonna use a long extension so I can just reach there and just break it loose. All right, so I will try to get much in the video as possible. All right, guys, I'm here on the passenger side, and this is the bolt that I hold the rack and pinion towards the frame. So here, it's right there. Sorry. So I use a 17 millimeter wrench to break it loose. Then I use this one with a ratchet. Come out easy. The only thing you must do for this side only, it is remove the 2 12 millimeter bolts for the sway bar. Okay, because the head of the bolt hits the sway bar. So by you removing this, I give you enough room, play, to angle the bolt and bring it out. Okay, note the other side, you don't need to do it because the sway bar angle is different. So far we're doing good. The other side, the driver's side, I used extension and the 17 socket, no problem. All right, so let me go to the other side and I will continue with the video. Okay, this is right there. So there you go. You can see the bolt and the sway bar. We have a lot of clearance there. Next thing that we're gonna do is remove those 2 and push the shaft up. Let me get all the stuff ready and I'll come back. All right, guys, we're gonna go inside the vehicle underneath the dash, and right there you can see we have the shaft going from the steering wheel, which is above me, down. Okay, so we need to loose up this bolt right here, so that way from on the outside of the vehicle we can push the shaft away from the rack and pinion. So we can just, after we remove the lines, power steering lines, hoses, whatever, then we can just pull the rack and pinion away. All right, so let's do that. It's a 12 millimeter, trying to get you as much information that I can possibly can. So yes, I have a, I swear I'm getting new equipment this upcoming month, so that way you guys can have better videos and make my life easier at the same time. So this one I don't have to remove the bolt all the way because it has I don't think so, because I have like a offset there, so I'm sure I can just push it. It's loose enough. Now let's go back out and see if I'm right. As you can see, The shaft is right there attached to. There he is. Okay, see? Now, let me get you a better light. It's no longer attached. Perfect. So let's break those loose, and we should be able to do this, get it out of the car. All right guys, so a 17 millimeter, okay, that's what I use. You can use a wrench if you have to, but if you be a lot easier with this, and the space that you should have is very limited. So now the hoses are loose. I have something to collect the oil, whatever is gonna leak, and it is leaking right now. So here you can see, I don't know if the two lines are the same thickness, I mean, on the thread, but the one on the here, one is black and that one's more like greenish. The black one's goes to the bottom. That's one of the advantages of having a video, so you can go back and look at where it goes where, in case you forget. All right, so let's get to it. Okay, leaking. And obviously one is going to be no cooperate. I'm going to use this wrench now. This is loose, so I can actually, okay, maybe I need to remove something else. All right, I don't think you guys need to see all this. Just trying to take a line. I'll show you more in a second. All right guys, so we're ready to remove this. The lines are off. I just needed to wiggle the line so I can just get the thread nice to start come off easily. Okay, so now what do you do here? You're going to come here underneath and you're going to push the rack and pinion up. Okay, so it comes out of the C area where it sits. Okay. All right, so I'm going to put the camera here. Hopefully you guys can see. Everything else should be disconnect. Sometimes you're gonna have to go to the other side and make sure there's nothing dragging with the line, with the rack and pinion. Sometimes things can still get attached to it for some odd reason, and we gotta find that out. And sometimes this has become a challenge. Okay, so this is what I'm doing it. You see that corner right there? Hopefully you can. So you need to make sure the shaft go right between the corner right here, so you can pull it out of it. Other way you're gonna fight it. So let me move my tool so nothing gets super full of oil. So this come like this, and there's nothing on the way. There you go. Next, the very, very important task. You want to make sure the new unit, you are look at it, and this, it is the same, the length, the base, where it's gonna go, they're the same. Yeah, that goes there. The only thing that I see here, again, it's a remanufactured line, is this one is a little bit in angle. Hopefully we don't have any issue right there. Other way, man. Oh well, everything seems to be okay so far. So this, we're gonna remove this, we have to transfer it here. So right here, that is the seal that was leaking. Okay? So that's it. Now we're gonna clean this, install it, put it back in, and let's do it. All right, guys. So I'm gonna stop the video right here. This is the difficult part: how to replace it, how to remove it from the vehicle. Putting it back, you can do that. You know, no big deal. I'm gonna post the torque specs in the description below so you guys can see it. Okay, now before I forget, here, this, the reason we don't remove this, because we're gonna count, those goes down, how many turns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.5. 8.5. Now, when I transfer this nut, there's this one, I'm gonna count 8.5 turns. So try to get it closer to what it was. Don't take me wrong, this is not alignment. This is just setting it up to get in very close to where it used to be. Okay, that's it. This is not an alignment. And do the same thing on the other side. And when you're in, your steering wheel should be close to center. Okay, it can be like this, like this. You're still gonna have to make sure you send it to alignment machine, alignment shop, to get it right and done with it. Okay. All right, guys, this is gonna be the end of the video. Thank you for sticking on here with me. Like the video, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. God bless.